Hey guys, King Casey here. Welcome back to a new video. Today, I got an interesting one for you guys. Today, we are going to be doing my character's timeline in the Lucario Productions universe. What do I mean by this? Well, I've been watching this channel called Lucario Productions ever since late 2017. And it's a really good channel. I'll link his channel down below in the description, but pretty much, I've been viewing the channel since Tournament 7, and my character has been part of that universe ever since then, and been going on a lot of crazy adventures, making friends, rivals, and having a lot of cool battles. But I'm going to be going over the full timeline, from when my character just started out as a Pokemon trainer to when to some important event that led him to participate in the Lucario's tournaments and meeting all of his friends currently. But without further ado, let's get right into the timeline. And you might learn some new things about my character, some Pokemon that I've never revealed before, and a character that may be coming into play a bit later on. But, okay guys, let's just jump right into the timeline. So, the journey starts in Lumiel City, Kalos, where I am born. And I, for the first 10 years, really want to be a Pokemon trainer. And when I turn 10, I get to go to Professor Sycamore's lab and get my starter Pokemon. Now, a lot of people think that my starter is a Greninja, because it's starting in Kalos and I had a Greninja on my team, but my ace is a Blastoise. So, my starter is a Blastoise, since you do get Kanto starters in the X and Y games. So, I get my Squirtle, and my adventure kicks off. I go down to Santaloon City, catching a Pikachu, which would become my Battle Bond Raichu a lot later on, and a Fletchling, which would evolve into a Talonflame. I go get that gym badge, go up, around, then to Salage City, getting that gym badge. Then, while on the way to the third gym leader, I catch a Froakie, abandoned by its trainer. So I catch a Froakie, moving on to the third gym leader, and that's when I first learn and face Mega Evolution in a battle. And I am really fascinated by it. So then, I go around the region trying to find a Mega Stone and Keystone for me and my Blastoise. I catch a Ralts on my way to Coumarine City, and then all the way back to Lumiel City, I find a Bagon, and I catch that also. Those two would become part of my team, which are my Gallade and Salamence. And then, after the fourth gym, I deposit Talonflame because he's falling behind, and I want to have extra room on my team, just in case if I find any other new Pokemon. But then, I find a Keystone and a Mega Stone for my Blastoise, and that is where I use Mega Evolution for the first time against the 6th gym leader. And after the gym battle, I come across a Gumi, and I catch it, rounding off my Kalos team. Then I go and defeat the 7th gym with ease, and then my Greninja becomes Ash Greninja in a battle with an evil organization. And that's my Battle Bond Greninja that you guys know today. Then I go defeat the 8th gym and then enter the Kalos League. The league goes pretty easily all the way up until top 4, where I have to face Sawyer. Now, just saying, this takes place after all the Kalos timeline that Ash went through. So, Sawyer is a lot more powerful than he is in the anime. I managed to get him down to his Mega Sceptile, but he manages to take out my Greninja, and then my Blastoise gets taken down to Mega Sceptile too, making my league for Kalos top 4. But my adventure isn't done yet. After this, I get a call from a professor in Kanto named Professor Oak. He wants me to come to the region and learn about all the new Pokemon there. So, I oblige, and that is where my next journey begins. Now, the next part of my journey takes me to Kanto. After spending a bit more time in Kalos, I come to a Kanto, coming from the south and then coming in at the port in Cinnabar Island. Now, not knowing much about Kanto, my ship for Palatown leaves in a couple days. So I have time to wander around for a bit. I deposit my Goodra and Greninja before coming here and then start to walk around, chat with the people, and do some Pokemon battles, of course. And people are really astounded that I have Mega Evolution. Apparently, this region hasn't seen it before. So I show people what Mega Evolution is. But then my boat leaves to Palatown, so I have to go there. Then, after meeting up with Professor Oak and chatting for a bit, also exchanging information, he wanted to know my information about Mega Evolution. Well, I just came here to see all the Kanto Pokemon. So then after I fill them in, I begin my journey in Kanto. I move up to Viridian City, and while I'm there, I find a Charmander, which is being abused by a gang of Pokemon. After using my Gallade and Pikachu, in a battle, Charmander is so astounded by my strength that he wants to join me. I catch him, and that is my only Pokemon that I catch in Kanto. Then I go up to Pewter City, easily defeat Brock, go throughout Moon, easily defeat Misty with Pikachu. And then I get Surges and Erica badges pretty easily. Charmander evolves into Charmeleon, winning my 4th gym battle. And then I also free Silphco from Team Rocket. And then I move down. I end up catching a Snorlax, but I give them to Oak because I really don't use them. And I only have 5 Pokemon for the most part of my adventure, besides swapping in a 6th Pokemon when I need to. And any other Pokemon that I catch, I send to Professor Oak since he wants time filling the Pokedex. I actually complete the entire Kanto Dex, and I'm free to use any of those Pokemon that are at Oak's to my will. I just don't use them much. But then I get Blaine's badge, and then I finally come to Giovanni, the Viridian City Gym. It's a 6v6 battle. I bring in my Dragonair because I really haven't used it much, and I would like to get it some experience for later battles. And then it comes down to one Pokemon, Rhydon versus Charmeleon. Charmeleon gives it its best, but is down on the ground, about to be hit by a powerful Horn Drill attack. Charmeleon evolves into Charizard and finishes the battle off with a Sky Attack, knocking Rhydon out. And that is the end of the gym challenge, and now to the Kanto League, or Indigo League. I only use my core 5 Pokemon in the top 128 through top 16 matches, because all my other Pokemon are at Oak's Lab, and they aren't really mine. I just rent them out sometimes. But then I get down to the final 8, and I bring in my Greninja, since I need the 6 Pokemon. And then in top 4, I ended up facing my rival Jeremy, who after I taught him Mega Evolution, he really wanted it. So he went to Kalos, grabbed a Venusaur Megastone, and came back and trained with his Ivysaur, and then eventually became a Mega Venusaur. In our battle, I managed to whittle down his team down to his Mega Venusaur. But he takes out my Mega Blastoise after a hard battle and using a lot of Frenzy Plant attacks. Then I bring in my final Pokemon, Charizard, and after a long and hard battle, I finished the battle off with a Hurricane, winning my match. Then to top 2, I face off against the Dragon Master himself, Lance. It's a close battle throughout, but I gained the lead because of Blastoise, even though he does go down 3rd. And then I get him down to 2 Pokemon, Dragonite and his Charizard. Pikachu finishes off Dragonite with a Swift Thunder attack. But then, Lance whips out his Charizard and reveals a Keystone, Mega evolving it into Mega Charizard X. I did not see this coming, and then he desolates Pikachu with just 1 Dragon Claw. That leads me down to my final Pokemon, Charizard. After only 3 attacks, Okay, but overall, that's my Kanto adventure. But after the battle, Charizard goes down to only 3 attacks. 3 attacks. That's all it takes to take out Charizard. That proves to me that there's a big world out there. And after going back to Professor Oak's for a bit, and congratulating me on completing the Kanto Dex, the road to a Johto opens. And I decided to train more. I'll go to the same region that Lance found Mega Evolution. And the next part of my Pokemon journey will take me to Johto. The reason I came to Johto was because they fixed the road to Johto after the Kanto League was over, and that since Lance came from this region and found Mega Evolution in the region, I decided to come here. So I come off from Johto and end up in a town. Then I'm gonna go around, collect all the badges as normal, and then around Mount Silver, I find my only Johto Pokemon that I will catch. Larvitar. And it's going to be my main Johto Pokemon throughout the Johto region. And in my first gym battle against Faulkner, it evolves into Pupitar, which is really good because I have a middle stage shooter legendary not even that far into my journey. And then in the 6th gym battle, it evolves into a Tyranitar and cleans house. Then I collect all the gym badges. I stop Team Rocket again because they fled to Johto and tried to revive themselves. And then I come across the 8th gym leader, Claire, and I go to challenge her gym. The battle is really intense. It's a 3-on-3 battle. Pikachu, Tyranitar, and Charizard versus her Dragonair, Kingdra, and another Pokemon. So Tyranitar comes out first, taking out her first Pokemon, and then Kingdra comes out, taking out Tyranitar. Pikachu finishes off Kingdra, and then goes on to her Dragonair. Charizard comes in, and with all the experience it's gained, finishes off Dragonair in a battle of dragons. Now, the Johto League. It goes pretty good until the top 32, where I find that trainers actually have some Pokemon that I've never seen before. Coming from some faraway tropical islands, which I don't know what the region is named, but upon defeating my opponent who came from this region, I learned that it's called Alola. And I decided that after the league, I'll travel there next because a lot of Pokemon look really cool, and some of them even look like ones from Kanto. But okay, moving on. And then the top 16, which is where the 6-on-6 battles begin, I have to fight my rival, Max. Now, Max was a really mean rival to me. Even though we kept going back and forth, I would win throughout the most beginning of the journey, but then I would start to lose. And this battle was a 6-on-6, and it came down to my Blastoise versus his shiny Gyarados. It was a fierce battle, but once the smoke cleared, Blastoise did the final blow, and I get to move on to the top 8. Now, this is where things get intense, because there was this person that entered the league that had a Lugia, and was sweeping the entire league. In the first 6v6 battle he just used Lugia and swept the entire opponent's team. And he was known for being a pretty strong trainer. So I need to go prepared. So when the 6v6 battles begin, I bring out my old friend Xerneas. Now I forgot to mention that I actually had an Xerneas, but I did use one in the Kalos League in the top 8 match. But then I released it. But then it came back to me for this battle. So I sent out Xerneas first, hoping to get the advantage. Then he sends out Lugia, and Xerneas goes down. Well, while weakening Lugia a lot. And then it manages to sweep off my Gallade, but then Pikachu comes out and takes out Lugia. Next up, it brings out a Celebi. so that it takes out Pikachu, Tyranitar, and Charizard all in one sweep. And then my last Pokemon is Blastoise. I used my Blastoise and I managed to take out Celebi. Then the final Pokemon, it is a Pokemon I've never seen before from the Alola region, but it's a majestic lion. I tried to fight it back, but Blastoise's attacks are doing nothing. It's a Psychic and Steel type. I thought it was a Fire type, so I thought I had the advantage going into this, but after a quick but fierce battle, Blastoise goes down, making my placement in the Johto League top 8. But now, I learn about the new region, and that is where I go next. I go back to Kanto to buy a ticket to Alola, and then that's where my journey will take me next.
Okay, guys, and the next region I go to is Alola.
Now, I land on the port of Akala, and that is where my journey will begin. From checking in a hotel room and then wandering around the city, I learn of the Island Challenge and the Art of Z moves. I even battle a trainer who would become my rival for this region, and he uses a Z move which knocks out my Pikachu. So I'm pretty fascinated with Z moves. So I start to go around Akala Island, doing the Island Challenge. The totem Pokemon are really tough, but with my Mega Evolution, they go down pretty easily. And then at Wellow Volcano, I catch my first Alolan Pokemon, a Pawniard, which I find being bullied by some fire Pokemon. So I defeat them using my Blastoise, and Pawniard joins my team. Now this becomes my Bisharp a bit later down the line. And why did I put Pawniard in Alola? Because I'm not going to a Unova, at least for now. So I had to put him somewhere in the timeline. And Alola is known for having a lot of the Pokemon from more recent generations. But okay, so I go around Akala Island, complete that. Then I go up against Kahuna Olivia. And after a fierce double battle with me using Pikachu and Blastoise, I win and move on to Melee. There I do the Island Challenge again, same business, and I managed to get the only trial done there pretty easily and then defeat Kahuna Hala by using my Charizard, sweeping his team 3-0. Now, moving on to Aether Paradise. This is where I learn about Ultra Wormholes and learn that you can actually visit Ultra Space if you complete the Island Challenge. So, that's what my goal is next. So now, after hanging out at Aether Paradise for a bit, I go to Ula Ula. I complete the Island Challenge there, same thing. And I defeat the Kahuna after using a tag team of my Tyranitar, Gallade, and Salamence, taking them out and moving on to Pony Island. Now this is where the Ultra Worm Space thing is. And by this point, I got the Water EMZ, Electric EMZ, and Grass EMZ. Then I also do the last Dragon Trial, which was abandoned, and I get a Drag EMZ from there. Then I defeat the Fairy Trial, and then take on Kahuna Hapu in a 6v6 match, and coming out on top. And then, on my way to Altar of the Sun, I come across Marshadow, a Pokemon that I've never seen before, and has been following me for quite a while now. So it challenges me to a battle, I throw out Blastoise, and the battle begins. After a long battle, it goes down. It wants to join my team, so I catch it. This is obviously my Marshadow that I use, that is my main legendary for a while now. But, what do you call it? But, it does get replaced early on. So then I go into Ultra Space, and then I catch a Kartana, which I find in a dimension, and then after a quick battle, I managed to catch it. So then, I go back to my hotel on Nakala, hanging out, watching some Pokemon contests and the Sinnoh League going on in Sinnoh. But then I decided to do a change to a different channel that I've never seen before. A Lucario Productions channel. Once I turn to it, I see that they're in the middle of the finals of Tournament 6, with Steve and Game and Peter going at it. I watch and am intrigued on how the battle is advancing. But of course, Steve goes down to Gaming Peter's Charizard, and he's crowned the champion of Tournament 6. Really fascinated by the tournament. I decided to go over there and see what's up. So after hanging out in Alola for a bit longer, training up my team, and getting a Charizard Megastone, I go to Tournament 7. But that is going to do it for this part of the timeline. I hope you guys enjoyed this part 1. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to see all of my other videos. And timeline part 2 should be coming out this weekend. But okay, guys, hope you enjoyed the timeline.